Hello, Valentina, and welcome to the Well Vegan Travel Podcast.
Hello, thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure.
I'm really so pleased to have you on the podcast because I was told about your project by a really good friend of mine, Camilla, who we work
Yeah,
with. She's been on the podcast before. She helps with some of our Italy trips as well. And I was so excited because when she told me that there is a new vegan hotel in Italy. And this is just so exciting. And you are the owner with your family, and we're going to get into all of the details. So, why don't you introduce yourself, Valentina, and tell us a little bit about the idea for Il Mansio vegan sweets and restaurants? How did it come to pass?
yeah. I'm Valentina and I'm the owner of Il Mansio together with my family, of course. I have to say that I'm an architect by training, and before creating Il Mansio with my family, I also worked in marketing for several years. And about 4 years ago, together with my family, I decided to bring this new project to life. We were all born and raised in Rivoltella del Garda, that is a town in the south part of Lake Garda, between Desenzano and Sirmione. And we wanted to give something new to our hometown.
Wow, amazing. So, Lake Garda is one of the Italian lakes. It's just about a 2 hour drive or a 1.5 hour drive from Milan. You are on the
Exactly.
south side of Lake Garda, which really means it's more accessible.
Yeah, there is the highway that in 1 hour and a half, more or less, brings you from Milan to Desenzano. So the connection is great. There are many trains, one every hour, like the regional trains and also the high-speed train. There are many of them. So in 50 minutes by train, you are from Milan to Desenzano. And our hotel is really well connected with the train station. So if you arrive in Desenzano by train, just with a bus, 10 minutes, and you are here in our hotel. So we are really well connected with the big cities in the north part of Italy. Also with Venice, for example. Always by train, you can take a train, and 1 hour and a half, you are in Venice.
So cool. Do you and your family have a background in hospitality and hotellery?
No, I have to say we don't have it because my parents do other kind of jobs. And as I said, I'm an architect and I worked in the marketing field for several years. So we don't have a real background in hospitality. And that's the reason why we decided to collaborate with Camilla. You mentioned her before from Vegan Set. And for us, she was much more than just a consultant because she's an incredible professional in the world of vegan luxury hospitality. She helps hotels and restaurants designing like really vegan experience for guests. And in our case, she guided us in the whole development of the concept. And actually, she is still by our side during this startup phase since we opened 2 weeks ago. So Camilla is still with us.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah, Camilla is great. Before she started Vegan Set, she worked in hotels for many years in many different locations for many different brands. And I'm not surprised that she's been an incredible support to you and your family, just like she's an amazing support for us when we're running some of our Italy trips as well. Fabulous. So, Il Mansio is a fully vegan hotel and it has, or it will have, or it's just opening up its dining right now. And I'd love to talk more about the dining aspect in a minute. But I'm just wondering, were you able to bring the vegan aesthetic and make the hotel vegan in terms of like furnishings and amenities, things like that?
Yeah, the Il Mansio is 100% vegan. And when I say 100%, I really mean it because it's not just about food. Food, of course, is vegan, and maybe later we can talk more about food. But what I really care to let people know is that every small choice in this big project have been done keeping in mind that we wanted a vegan hotel 100%. Let's talk about interior design. All the materials we have, like fabrics or like wood, marble, everything is completely vegan. All the materials that have been used to build up the building. And then we can talk about all the amenities we have in the rooms, everything you use for shower or something like that. What the cream and oils we use for massages, they are all certified vegan. So everything is inside our hotel is certified vegan. Even the products we use to wash, like blankets or towels, we have a laundry inside the hotel, and this choice have been done because we wanted to be sure with which product our things were washed. So when I say vegan, it is really vegan.
Was it more difficult to source these kinds of products? I'm imagining like commercial laundry products. It would be quite hard to find vegan, cruelty-free ones.
Yeah, it has been hard, but I have to tell you something. In those past years, I was working on the project. I was struggling trying to find those kind of products. And then, just without doing anything, a company came to me and presenting their products because they read about us on the internet and saying, "Hey, Valentina, we have a completely vegan certified line of products." And actually, I chose those products, and I'm really happy for that.
That's great because hotel laundry can get very messy. The
Yeah, yeah,
tablecloths, everything, and the towels can get really grimy. It must be really hard because unfortunately, people do not treat stuff in hotels the way they would treat stuff in their own homes. So, yeah, it can get very messy. So, I'm really
yeah.
pleased about that.
Our hotel is a sort of home, and this is the philosophy we have behind the kind of hospitality we want to promote. That was very important. At home, you take care in a certain way of everything you have on your bed or in your bathroom. And that's why we decided to do something like that,
Mm,
because for us, guests have to feel at home even when they are away from home. The idea
okay.
behind this.
Maybe your clients will treat your place more nicely than I see some treat regular hotels, but I'm sure the products will perform just fine.
I let you know. We just opened, so let's see.
So, when did you open and have you had your first guests yet?
Yeah, I had some guests in these 2 weeks. Some guests are here now, and they are Italian for the moment, coming from so Dolomites, and they are really appreciating everything we created, and that's the best thing for us. Seeing that what we worked for many years, because there are 4 years that we are working on this project, then people are appreciating it, and so that's the best thing it can happen.
Absolutely, yeah. Did you build the hotel from scratch? Did you build it from the ground up or did you repurpose an existing hotel or an existing building?
Not from scratch. We bought a building that was completely ruined. It was abandoned for years. So basically, we had to almost destroy everything and build up again. That's why the construction phase was so long and took so much time because it was really complex things to do. We are in a very small historical center, many buildings all around. So, from a technical point of view, it was really a challenge. But now we made it, so we are open.
Has the response been from your neighbors and from the town itself about you taking over this abandoned building and turning it into something rather unusual?
I have to say that I'm surprised about the reaction of people because, in general, many people around in those years came to see what was going on. And now that we are open, many people come inside just to see the result. And they are so happy that in a town like this, that is small, we made something unique, I would say, because it's actually something like that. So I'm glad about the response we are having from our neighbors.
Amazing. I'm really curious if you could tell me about the food and beverage, the dining experience at the hotel. I'm guessing you have a breakfast for your guests. I'm guessing you have dinner and maybe lunch is available also. Can you tell me what people might expect at each meal?
Yeah, okay, let's talk about food. First of all, before talking about breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I want to say that our menus to be really concrete and real and satisfying, and most of all, enjoyable for everyone, vegan and not vegan people. So that's the philosophy on which our chef and their team worked on in a very hard way to create dishes that are refined, beautifully presented, but still very approachable. Talking about both breakfast, lunch, and dinner, our cuisine is curated. So techniques are, yes, sophisticated, but flavors are immediate, bold, and easy to understand and appreciate, even for those who are not vegan. Of course, we have breakfast for our hotel guests, and we decided not to have a buffet breakfast in order to avoid food waste. Since we have a few rooms, just 6 rooms, people can decide the day before what to have for breakfast, and then we arrange everything and we bring everything on their table in the morning so that we reduce a lot the waste instead of having a big buffet. So that's our choice for breakfast. And dinner, of course, is the most important moment for us. We are open also to external people that are not sleeping in our rooms. And the kind of menu we have, I just said the philosophy behind it. We have not many dishes, but every dish has a deep thought and a big project behind it.
Is it like a set menu setup or is it a la carte?
We have both options. We have tasting menu, so it's 5 or 7 dishes you can have. So if you want just to let the chef choose, let's say for you, you do something like that. But you can just take the menu and order a la carte. So you choose what you want, and that's it. Both options.
And do you have a lunch menu also?
Well, on Saturday and Sunday, the restaurant is open. For all the other days, we don't have the full team in the kitchen working, but we decided to have an all day menu, that's how we call it, that are like 5 dishes, more simple than the one we serve when the chefs are there. So when chefs work, they prepare also this kind of plates. And then people that are at lunch here at the hotel, people at the reception or at the bar, they finish up the dish and they serve this dish for you. So the proposal is more simple, like sort of bistro, not a fine dining restaurant. But in this way, we can ensure that all day long people can have their food. Also because there are not many vegan options all around. So if you come here and you are vegan, all day long you can eat and you are okay.
Tell me a little bit about the rooms themselves. What can people expect in the rooms? And then we'll talk more about like facilities and common spaces. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have 6 rooms. 4 of them are called luxury rooms, and 2 of them, one I'm inside now, are exclusive suites. It means that they have 2 separate spaces, a sort of small living area and a bedroom area, 2 separate rooms. And of course, the bathroom. All the other rooms, luxury rooms, they have a single space that is, of course, the bedroom with the bathroom. 3 of our 6 rooms have a private terrace with a jacuzzi. So you can just enjoy and relax with your partner or a friend or whatever you want inside your private pool. Every room is different one from the other. So like color and arrangement of the furniture, completely different. You go inside, you feel that you are in the same hotel, but every room is different. So if you come here 6 times and you choose every time a different room, it's a new surprise every time. Our room are really well designed and there are many very refined details because that was our aim to have a very high level hospitality. So the rooms are at this level. We have very big beds, like 2 meters and 2.10 meters. So when people from German or from Netherlands come, they are very tall. So they can really fit in beds and they are not the feet outside because no, many times it happens. So we wanted that every guest feel really comfortable. And what you do, you sleep. The bed has to be the best bed possible.
That sounds very nice. I'm so excited to come and try out your hotel. It seems incredible. Let's talk about the common areas and the facilities of the hotel and maybe like access to the lake. Because, of course, being on the lake is a big draw card for going to the Italian lakes. I'd love to know about that as well.
Okay, first of all, let's talk about facilities. We have a common space at the ground floor, both outside and inside. On the outside, we have a garden that is right under a very old tower coming from Roman period, and it overlooks our internal garden, and it's amazing. You feel that you are kind of in a Roman period in a certain way. So outside, we have a place with tables where you can actually eat outside when it's summertime, of course. And then we have a place with like kind of external sofa and something like that where you can just relax, enjoy, read a book or wherever. Inside, at the ground level, we have our bar where we have our signature drink selections that you can enjoy all day long. And then we have, of course, the restaurant area. We have a very small gym area. I'm very proud of this space because it's very unique. Our private spa, we have a sauna and a steam bath, a very big jacuzzi, and a big shower where you can change the colors and flavors you. And this is a place that is completely private. I mean that every room can stay there 1 hour and a half every day, just the two of them. So you book your slot, you go there, and it's just the two of you. So I think that's the highest level of privacy you can have. I have to say that from many of our rooms, you can really see the lake because we are like just 400 meters away from the lake. You go outside the hotel, you walk down 400 meters more or less, and you are on the beach.
Incredible. I have not been to this little town in Lake Garda. Been to many others, but not to this one. So I can get a sense of what it would be like, but I need to go there to really get oriented for sure. Okay. I'm sure staying in a vegan hotel is a dream for many of our listeners, but there's so much more to travel than just staying in a hotel. What are some of the things that people can do if they decide to base themselves in your town, in your hotel?
Yeah, for travelers coming to Lake Garda and in particular to this part of Lake Garda, I always suggest starting with Desenzano itself. That is a very vibrant and authentic town. That is one of my favorite spots because it's very small with very old small boats surrounded by very colorful historic buildings. And over there you can feel a really great atmosphere. In Desenzano, you can visit also the castle, and over there you can have a breathtaking panoramic view over Desenzano and, of course, over all the lake. And that's great, especially at sunset time. Another must is the walk, Lungo Lago walk, right from our hotel to Desenzano. Basically, this is a path right next to the water, so no car, anything, just you and the lake. You walk more or less half an hour and you arrive in Desenzano. And in every moment of the year, every hour of the day, the lake is always different. I live there since I'm a child, but every day I go there and it's stunning.
I agree. It's so beautiful. When we come there on our trips, we spend an afternoon on the lake. We've done it a few different ways. We've done it on like the speedboat kind of things, but then more recently we have hired, I'm sure you know the one that I'm talking about, but the big wooden sailboat. Do you know the one that I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I know. That's great.
And it is super fun. We anchor for a short time, we go for a swim. It's beautiful and sunny. It's really, really special. Are there any other things you would recommend to people that are heading to Lake Garda?
Yeah, of course, because very close there is Sirmione, that I think is the most famous city in this part of the lake. I would recommend to visit Sirmione in spring, like between April and May, because the days are warm but not too hot, and sunsets over there are priceless. There are places like the Scaligero Castle in Sirmione that you can visit, and is an old castle of medieval time right on the lake, also surrounded by the lake. There is a very famous beach that is called the Jamaica Beach, just because you feel almost like you are in Jamaica because water is so clean and there are white rocks going down in the water. And I recommend to visit these places in spring also because in summer there are many tourists. So yeah, you can go there, you can enjoy them because they are amazing. Every corner of Sirmione is like a postcard. So you stop and take picture because you would take picture to anything over there, but it's very crowded in full summer. So spring for me is the best moment to go there.
I absolutely agree. We used to go there in the past, but the timing of when we had to go there was right like in the afternoon, and it was absolutely chocker block with people for
Yeah.
sure. Something I'm curious about is other vegan food experiences that are available in the area. Maybe it's not just food, maybe it's other kind of like beverages or activities or something like that that would be appealing for vegan travelers. Can you recommend some?
Of course. Let's talk about food first. Even if I have to say, the vegan food here is not very common, and that's why we decided to have a vegan restaurant. But there are some very cool places that I would recommend, and they are very different one from the other. The first one is called Santa Pizza. It's very casual, informal, right on the lake in Desenzano, so the view is amazing. There is a very wide selection of vegan pizzas, but also of vegan dishes in general. The service is warm, friendly, and the spot is great. So you go there, you enjoy your pizza right on the lake, and that's it.
Mm.
And then another suggestion that I have is another kind of restaurant. It's called Moss and is a fine dining experience. They are not a vegan restaurant, but they offer a tasting menu that is fully plant-based. The location is very small, intimate, refined, very elegant. So if you are looking for a more fine dining experience, I would suggest you to go to Moss. And of course, you can come to Il Mansio. We have a vegan restaurant that I think is the best.
Of course, of course. Amazing. Before we leave, Valentina, is there anything else that you wish to share?
Yeah, I would like to share with you something that maybe you don't expect, and is that me and my family are not actually vegan for
Oh.
now, because now I just eat vegan food every day, so maybe I will become. We are not vegan, but for us, it was crazy that in a place like Lake Garda, there wasn't a vegan offer for vegan people. So our curiosity came from observing how fast the vegan world is growing and mostly how deeply it connects with values that we actually care about, like sustainability, respect for nature, and conscious living. And so we realized that on Lake Garda, despite having so many hotels and restaurants, there wasn't really a place that could offer a truly high level and fully vegan experience. And for us, it just didn't make sense that such an important lifestyle wasn't represented. So
Wow.
that's why, even if we are not vegan, we decided and we really strongly believe in this project and the impact it can have on people.
Fabulous. This is a very good example of a vegan ally, in my opinion. People who are not necessarily vegan themselves, but really want to support the movement and understand that it makes sense in a lot of ways, even if they're not quite ready to make the switch themselves and are creating real change. So I'm so grateful, Valentina, for you to be so open to the vegan lifestyle, so much that you are investing a huge amount of time and money into this project. And I really hope that everybody listening who can will choose to stay at Il Mansio when they are going to Lake Garda or to the Italian lakes. Valentina, may I ask you how people can book the hotel and if you have any special offers or packages that will encourage people to stay longer?
Yeah, they can book directly from our website, and this is what I suggest to do because if they go on other platforms like booking.com or expedia.com, prices are a bit higher. So, of course, you find us also on that kind of platforms, but I suggest you to visit our website and to book directly from there. I have also a special package that is a winter escape offer. It goes from now to the end of March. So you can come there, you can stay there and have a dinner, including in this price. I think it's the best moment to come there because it's stunning but not crowded.
Can you tell us your website and Instagram handles so people can check it out?
Yeah, the website is ilmansio.net and Instagram is ilmansio.lakegarda.
So Il Mansio is ILMANSIO. Il
Yes.
Mansio. Fabulous.
Yeah.
Valentina, thank you so much for taking the time during this busy soft launch opening of the newest vegan hotel in Italy, Europe, maybe the world, I don't know. And I'm just so excited. I wish you all the very best for this venture.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure for me to be part of this podcast. Thank you for inviting me, and I hope to see you here in Desenzano one day.
I hope so, for sure. Thank you.